Hi ladies, hi gents. I want to quickly share a project with you today, and it's something a little bit different. I thought I'd have a go at like kind of a junk journal, but it's a binder one, and I just want to show you this. This is what it started off looking like. So it's just a leather binder with lots of craft paper in it, and so I started with this as a base. I removed all the pages before I started, and I am hopeful to do a second one, but actually this took me so long to do. It took me weeks to do this, and I have to say to all you ladies out there that do all the junk journals, I mean, the amount of work that goes into them is amazing. They take a long time, and I have by no means done anything complex or as in detail, because a lot of you make lots of tiny booklets. You do the all the hand tea-dyed paper and all that, and I mean, oh my gosh, so much work goes into them. So mine's nothing like that. So I just want to say to all of you that do it regularly, the full whack way, it's wow, your dedication to it is just amazing. Anyway, so this is what I started with, and this is what it looks like now. And I have kept the outside very simple, which I know is unusual for me, but I love this doily that I put on the outside, and I really don't want to alter the outside because I just love the way it looks, and it is quite bulky. If you look at how it started off to how it looks now, I really didn't want the front two-dimensional. What I did do is I covered the leather with some fabric, a cotton fabric, and then I laid the very fine doily over the top. Okay, so the only thing that I did was keep a closure, I added a closure in blue seam binding. There is a significance to the blue, and obviously to this little charm here, which I'll show you a close-up in a moment. So yeah, I'm quite happy how the outside looks. So if I just show you, so you can see there's a little Peter to give you a clue. So that's the front, and that one doily goes all the way around, and I have kept it that simple. So I'm going to open up the closure, have a sip of tea. Okay, so as you can see, this book's all about Peter and his friends. So again, I covered the inside in fabric. This is I found some Peter Rabbit fabric, so I decided to use those. So I just covered the inside, made a little pocket, and I layered some vintage lace around the edge, and then this tiny daisy trim just to finish it off, because what I really didn't want to do was make it too bulky, because once I'd made the pages, I felt like I'd made too many, and I decided then that I wanted to keep the pages in it but not over embellish them. So that's what I did. And I have these Beatrix Potter Peter Rabbit postcards, and I really wanted to use these throughout. I did just ink up the edges, and I did stamp a little bit on the back, but they can still be used for journaling. So that's the front pocket there, and all the pages are made mostly, yeah, made out of fabric. So we've got there's a few different Peter fabrics throughout. So this one I done just as a side pocket. So it's just one piece of fabric folded over to leave an opening at the edge. Again, I've trimmed it in lace. I've added a tiny applique onto this one. Not too much, because obviously I don't want to cover up the beautiful Peter Rabbit fabric. In here I've popped another postcard, and again I have done some stamping on the back so that I can journal on it. So this is the other side of that, and I had this other Peter Rabbit fabric, and I just took a tiny swatch of it and pinned it on there with a little bit of seam binding. And I thought I can add to this, or you know, pin things on it if need be, but I don't want to cover up the fabric. This page is done with just a piece of cotton from a doily that I tea dyed. So I always like tablecloths, damaged tablecloths. I always keep the linen and tea dye it, because it's great for using behind images on fabric books and stuff like that. So I just made a little pocket here, added some lace. Again, I've pinned a little bit of fabric on there with a tiny pin and some seam binding. This is an envelope, and I did it back to front by mistake, but I thought I'm going to keep my mistake because I want to accept that I made a mistake. So this is actually the front of the envelope, and that should be over like that. So that would be the front, and you can see that this is actually the back of the envelope, and I added the image and the Peter Rabbit onto there by mistake, but I'm happy to keep my mistake. And I have popped just some little lined paper with a bit of stamping on the inside of this envelope, if I can open it back up. There we go. Okay, that's the image, and that just pops in there. And on the back of here I've added a small applique and a small piece of crochet lace down here to hold a pen, and this is so cute. It's a little Peter Rabbit pen, and he's just so yummy. So he just pops in there. I have added this envelope. Again, I've stamped and added an image onto it, and I took a little saying about the little old lady who lived in a shoe, and again I have some lined paper in there with some stamping that I can journal on. And so this is another fabric page with the pocket, and then I've added laces. I think I used 2 or 3 laces on all the pages, the same laces, so that because there were small trims that I had quite a bit of, so I wanted to keep it, you know, a consistency. And in here I have a tag, and I have these tiny little cards that I actually love with the tickets, and again on the back I've got some stamping, but still room to add some journaling. This does come off as well, and I have carried the stamping through on the little tags as well. So they go in this pocket. On this one, I've just added some lace up this side as a little pocket. This is actually some tissue paper that I decoupaged onto an envelope here. I haven't put any paper in this envelope. I thought, you know, it'd be cute to maybe add some bits, but I do love the tissue paper. I did want to do more of that, but I ran out of time. This is another envelope, the right way round this time. Again, it does have some lined paper in it for journaling. Again, added an image and a couple of little rabbits on there. Into that one, and that pops back in there. Another pocket, I've got a little admit one ticket on there, and again a tag with a beautiful image, again stamping, this little card, and I love these little cards. And then another ticket, and again all have different stamping on the back. So that's that page. And then this one, I do love this fabric, it's so gorgeous. Lots of different Beatrix Potter images and little cards, and that's got a little tag on it that as well. This is a paper page I did put in. I put a ticket on it and a Peter Rabbit there. And I did do another little bit of decoupage onto the back of this one with the tissue paper here. This is just a fabric page, and I haven't made it into a pocket, but you'll see this doily here. This is a tiny pocket, and it has a little surprise in it, which is a 50p piece, for, legal tender here in the UK, but it's a Peter Rabbit on it, because on one of the anniversaries they printed Peter Rabbit onto the 50p pieces. There's different ones with different characters on, but I've only got two with Peter Rabbit on. You can get them with the other characters, but of course as they went out into the public, everyone wanted them and then started selling them for a high price, and you know. And I've kept this one plain again, so that if I want to or come across something Peter Rabbit, I can add it to it. But I have just pinned a tiny bit of fabric up here, again with the seam binding. It's another pocket here, just with a little tuck spot there. This is another envelope. This beautiful image and a tiny rabbit, and again it has got, oh no, that one hasn't, I didn't put any in that one. And then another little card and another ticket. So there's lots of places to journal in here. Again, another bit of lace, not too much, not too dimensional either, but still can see plenty of the fabric. Another tag card and tiny tag there. Another tiny envelope with an image. Again, it's got the lined paper in. This one is another side pocket. Kept it simple, added a tiny doily flower up here, and then this has got a couple of postcards in it. and again to journal on. Oh, there's also an envelope in there, another envelope with a ticket. Did I pop some in this one? Yes, I did. I can feel it through it. So there is some in that one. And they just go in there. And again, I can pin stuff onto these fabric pages if I find anything that I want to add to them. A couple of cards and a ticket and another tag. This one I used a doily for the pocket. There's a couple of cards and a ticket in there. This one is another cotton piece with so that I can tuck the postcards in. Absolutely love these postcards. Really, really love them. Plenty of space to write on them. And then I had another one of these little Peter Rabbit charms. Actually, they're a necklace. Let me lift it up. And I've just pinned that on there with a tiny pin. And you'll see I've got another little doily here, and this has the other 50p piece, which has a different Peter Rabbit image on. I must try and collect the others, but I do keep checking everyone's 50p pieces in their change to see if they've got any of the other characters. So in this pocket, just a couple of cards and a ticket and the tiny rabbit. And the same again in here. And another tag. And those. I wanted to try, I just love the images, so I really wanted it to be about the fabric and the images that were on the tickets and tags. Another pocket with a crochet square, and then another couple of tags and this little tag pinned on there. And another side pocket which has another envelope. Yeah, and that's got the lined paper in. And then another couple of postcards. I do love all these images. Absolutely love them all. So they go in there. And at the back of here I used a couple of doilies to make this pocket, and then I tucked the remaining postcards in there that I had left over. And I can tuck other stuff in there as well. Yeah, so that's my sort of fabric and tag junk journal. I know it's not as intricate as some of the ones you ladies make, which I really, really admire. But this took me so long, so I don't know how long it takes you to make all your I love my Peter Rabbit pen. I don't know how long it takes you to make all your pages and your intricate little books and signatures, and oh my goodness, the work he's put in is just amazing. This was time consuming in itself, so I really do admire that. And I know it's really unusual for me to leave the front of a book without much added to it, but I really did want to keep it quite simple, because if I do take it with me, then you know it's bulky, but it's not also bulky on top. But yeah, I hope you like, and I do absolutely, I do have another idea for one that I want to make, hence why I've got a second one. But I think I need to plan it a bit more, and I think I need to make less fabric pages, or get a bigger one of these, a bigger size. But anyway, do let me know what you think of my little Peter Rabbit fabric journal, and hopefully I will be back soon with some more projects, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.